Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Pisces reading, which has perhaps just occurred, depending on when you're receiving this. So the energy is very prevalent. What's upcoming is the spring equinox on Friday, and Mercury going direct. The main energy that I feel is relevant for us in this moment is the ability to be open to receive. So we're in a time of tremendous closure, endings, but what is helping us to realign with the bounty of the universe, what is available to us, that we are already enough, that we already have what we need, is this ability to be open to what we can't see. I've started with a couple of oracle cards. I've used the Mind Tarot to lay out some cards. I will clarify with the Raven Tarot, and I will finish up with a crystal oracle. To get us started, I've chosen, or what you have chosen, is the Listening card. And this is associated in the energy archaeology with the bones around the inner ear. I never go into all of the incredible energy that the energy archaeology oracle gives, but I will start with the energy when in balance. Those key words are discerning and filtering. The wisdom reads, you can hear and make it into something else, or you can listen and understand the perfection. This is the wisdom of the inner ear. However, it doesn't always feel that easy. In fact, it usually never is. The energy of the inner ear brings to you all the frequency it receives and lays it to rest on the grounded shore of expectation. Over time, the inner ear will attune to what you expect to hear. The patterns and programs of early childhood, messages from society and culture, reinforced beliefs of systems and institutions. Voices that layer one upon the other and make up the inner soundtrack of your life. Voices that are not always kind or true or helpful. Voices that may have kept you small instead of nurturing you into the most expanded version of yourself. To reclaim the wisdom of guidance of the inner ear, tap into your core energetic resonance and learn to listen to your truth. It may come as a whisper at first to see if you really will disregard the other voices vying for your attention. You'll know it when you hear it. It will feel like a tide of renewed energy and will shake the bedrock of expectation. And with that card is change. And I think this is incredibly helpful to those of you that are being inundated by information, misinformation, the media's line, and are struggling to filter that information, to be discerning in a way that helps you to understand the next step towards the change that you want to see in the world. And of course, this change naturally occurs within you first, but it is with the understanding that this inner change will prompt and promote external change in the world. This is impacting an area of your life that has to do with your creative process, has to do with fun, pleasure, friends, lovers, children, joy at every level. So it is reinforcing the idea that you are moving towards greater joy in those things that you believe to be true and necessary in the world. For the sun, I have pulled the World card. And this really does resonate with this general time of closure, of endings, of recognizing and accepting all the preparation that you have gained, you've learned lessons, growth in your skills in preparation for a new path. This often associates a shift in your lifestyle that can launch you into a new direction or a new adventure, even. But before you can do that, you are increasingly aware that the seeds that you have been sowing in the dark are actually leading to growth, to possibilities, to opportunities you cannot see. But when you are open and receptive to what the universe holds as a result of your efforts to be in alignment with your authenticity, then you can trust that the information you need, the steps needed, will come to you. And for the Moon card, we have the Two of Cups. I always start with what happens within. The Two of Cups indicates this beautiful, blossoming relationship with self that you have been cultivating, a deeper knowing of self. And this can often look like you seeking assistance, getting help, uh, finding therapy or counseling in some particular area. You're really teasing out the experiences of your life, the relationship history that you want to renew, and acknowledge that what is a match for you now was not a match for you in the past. So this inner relationship that you're building, this inner trust and confidence in your potential, no matter where you are in life, is activated because of your ability to respect yourself, to respect your dreams, your needs, your wishes. And that is what magnetizes powerful relationships to you. So this is feeling like a partnership, perhaps a renewed partnership, perhaps a friend who becomes a business associate or partner. Perhaps it is a child with whom you go into business with. There's something about a relationship, I believe, that you have grown and found productive in your life that can be renewed at a new level, a new stage. In the present, we have the Chariot. So here you have very clearly set up some clear boundaries in your life. You've recognized that blending in with others is not your jam, that you are unique, that you don't need to pretend to be like others, that you can, you'd rather be on your own than trying to fit into a situation that is not, does not resonate with you. In fact, that purpose is to exercise your own gifts in a sacred space, a space that you've often ceded to others in need. And this is you recognizing that your gifts are so significant and your opportunities are so rife that you must do the work to exercise the gifts, to build up the success that you're aiming for. Because success with the Chariot card is assured. You're coming from a place of honoring your heart, and that's lending you tremendous focus. So things will start speeding up. In addition to the fact that Jupiter is in Cancer, having moved direct last week, this is forming some beneficial aspect to your Sun. And is about the expansion of your emotional intelligence, the additional faith and trust you have in your feeling nature, in your intuition, all the things that often are demonized in our culture or dismissed as not valid. In the past, the Lady of Swords. This really resonates with the idea of listening. Swords are usually often about language, words, the way we speak to others, the way we speak to ourselves. And the Queen of Swords in other decks is really about your ability to facilitate understanding among others, among a group of others. And this is based in curiosity. This is based in your understanding that you've learned a lot about yourself that you didn't understand, that persisted despite what others expected of you. You have been uh, uh, more and more grounded in the power of your own presence, your own individuality. And that has unlocked a lot of the perceptions that you have carried of others towards you, released you from that pressure of wondering, knowing, being aware of what others think, which is absolutely a necessary tool, but it has pinned you in more ways than you had been aware. And you're now able to use those perceptions to facilitate some greater understanding for yourself and among those you work, live, and love with. In the future, wow, the Lord of Swords is what we often call a divine couple. Given the Two of Swords here, it really reinforces the sense that I have that a relationship you've already had, that you have built, that is a real match for you. And this can be anyone. This can also be with anything. This can be a relationship with an audience, with a client base, with a student body. I hope you get my drift there. There's something renewed about that. There's something that you are marshaling. You're asking for assistance, and you're getting that because you've asked for assistance from someone who matches you, matches your vision, matches your style, understands the audience you want to reach, and is willing to do the work towards something higher than either of you. So if this is a more traditional romantic or spousal relationship, you are consolidated in your efforts to work towards a greater goal. This is really quite beautiful energy. And it feels as though you're very clear, particularly on your own relationship history, but also on how you're doing things differently now, how you've changed the way that you operate that allows you to focus in a much more productive way. If this reading is resonating for you, Scorpio, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the support that I get from all of you that are simply present with me now. It's the most important thing that I feel, and that helps generate my ability to do this. So thank you for that. I'm feeling a lot of love right now. And the Lady of Swords is clarified by, my goodness, two cards, Wheel of Fortune and the Star. And the Chariot card is clarified by the Queen of Wands. The Lord of Swords is clarified by, let's just get one, the Six. I'm going to take them both. I am starting with the past here, where the Lady of Swords is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Star card. There's some big shift that you're resonating to, that is that you're picking up from the world, from your community, from your family, from whatever kind of team or collaboration you work with. There's a vision that you have held for a while, but it feels as though others are in alignment with your vision. And this may be the result of your ability to articulate this vision, your ability to facilitate some greater understanding among this. And this can feel a bit like a classroom, a perhaps a business, or some kind of team that you work on where discussion, language, words, um, discourse is operative. But the Wheel of Fortune gives me the sense that the extreme events of world affairs has really catapulted you into a clear vision of the opportunities that you have. It's almost as though the more polarized things appear, gives you the understanding of what is needed, what response you are here to bring to that. And I do believe this is reinforcing the idea that you were built for this moment. You are here on purpose. Your understanding has been specifically evolved in a way that understands exactly how you can respond to an external situation that can seem overwhelming. It can seem vastly polarized, but that you understand that there are myriad ways that nothing has to be a way that it is communicated or shared with us via this flood of information we receive, that we always have choices. We always choose our response. Nothing is inevitable. And that actually is tremendously empowering to you. And I think you're beginning to see all the creative ways that humankind in your region or across the globe are actually countering the kind of narrative we receive in the media all the time. In the present, the chariot is clarified by the Queen of Wands. Wow, yeah, you're brimming with confidence. Your creative spark, your creative process is churning. I feel like there's a tremendous rush of work that you feel inspired to do, that you know exactly what that work needs to be. And you're less afraid of being that leader. I don't see you stepping out front often, but I do see you leading by consensus, shall we say, that your confidence and courage is inspired, and as a result of that, it motivates others because you're motivated. It feels as though you know exactly what to do, and this really is fueling your natural creativity, your imagination. You are totally invested in the possibilities that are emerging for you. And in the future, the King of Swords is clarified by the Six of Wands in the Tower. Everything seems to be reinforcing this a similar theme here. Your ability to see your place to belong in the world in a way where you are able to clearly understand your tasks, your obligations, and your responsibilities is lifting everything to a place of greater clarity and enlightenment. This greater clarity is something that that allows you to see a door open. This is in part clarity, truth about what is being portrayed or being represented in the world in one way, and what you know to be, in some cases, the very opposite. So, this is an opportunity for you as part of a team, part of a collective, to move towards an alternative way of doing things. And what that is impacting, you know, you understand. It feels relevant to the way that you are imagining navigating and moving your power through in some way that is highly creative, that is highly unique and individual to you. But it really does rest on this brilliant intuition that you have that is countering the social narrative that we're being snowed over with. I'm going to finish this reading with a crystal oracle, and I've pulled the aquamarine. The key word is communication. I communicate with ease and grace. I love this. This is so beautiful. Really reinforcing this idea of truth, of really simply working on your alignment and allowing possibilities to emerge in the world, the possibilities that are already inside of you. So thank you, Scorpio, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.